Yo guys, so coming down to the end of the year, I've had my fair share of smartwatches that I got to review throughout, and I have to say this one by far is easily far and away the best one that I've reviewed this year. But before I get into that, just make sure you subscribe just so you can stay tuned for more videos like this. So this smartwatch is the KOPSET Tank S2, and as the name implies, it's built different. But I will get into that. It's a really cool looking smartwatch. It's very beautiful, and one of the things that I've mentioned a lot, okay, coming down is when it comes to smartwatches and even fitness trackers. Comparing the two, at this point, they've both like blended in together, and they've both become just like now you can't even tell the difference between a fitness tracker and a smartwatch. It's just like one whole big blob. And the big thing that always separates the mid quality and the really good quality is always going to be the overall comfort and just the usability. How great is it when it comes to using? So this smartwatch, the first thing that stood out to me, right? Because I tasted a bunch throughout the year. This is ridiculously comfortable. And again, I've mentioned this when it comes to headphones reviews, my earphones reviews. I always say this: comfort is going to play a big part in how long you're going to be using something. The less comfortable is like I have smartwatches that, I'm not gonna name, but like I just don't wear anymore because the less comfortable they are, you're not going to be able to use them. Same applies for headphones. The less comfortable they are, you'll just start to look at alternative options. On this, it's very comfortable, and the color I got is ice green, which it kind of matches my fit, which I didn't plan, but it looks great, and I like the accenting colors. And this smartwatch, okay, so it started off on a good note, but I've reviewed so much where I was like, okay, you can start off good, but what else do you have to offer? Because, like all these other smartwatches also have like blood oxygen monitor, the sleep tracking, but what is it that is going to make me feel like this is mine, like this is a part of my day-to-day life, and this is something I enjoy using. It just doesn't have to be part of your day life. You can have a phone that you use every day, but you don't like it, but what is it about this smartwatch that is going to make me enjoy using it? And so, starting off with the display, it's a 1.32-inch display, and it's AMOLED, and it's really cool. And the thing that I like about it most, right, because I do testing, especially in direct sunlight, like you're not going to be indoors all the time. You're not going to be indoors every day, right? So for those moments that you do go out and it happens to be sunny, is it gonna be one of those smartwatches that you have to like cup your hand over it just to be able to see the words and for it to be legible? And it is very, very clear. Now, I had to use it on the brightest setting just because for me, I like to use things on the brightest setting, especially when I'm outside. Like everything's still legible, even on the medium setting. And I think this one of the things that I kind of would have hoped was better was instead of having four modes, right? Like when it comes to brightness settings, they have obviously the lowest and the 25%, 50, and then obviously the highest being 100%. But personally, I like it when like it's more of a slider than just like the four presets. Like what if, this is gonna sound nerdy, but what if you want to use like 33% brightness or 70, like you just want to be sometimes in between the brightness where like I really enjoy personalizing and customizing things to the way I want it to be, to the way I want them to look and sound and feel. And honestly, that is my only gripe when it comes to brightness settings. Four is it's really good, and the display is great as well, especially in direct sunlight. But yeah, I would have preferred to be able to adjust the brightness to how I personally want it. And the build quality is also military tested, which that's also another thing. When you try like a lower brand quality compared to like a quality brand, you can tell the difference like straight off. Like it doesn't even take any second thought or anything. Immediately as soon as you put it on, you can just feel there's a different quality to it that lesser brands kind of don't have. And that's one of the things I like about this watch because like I put it on and sometimes I don't even feel like it's there because it's really lightweight and it's really comfortable. Whereas with other brands, especially when it comes to the straps, I've complained about this before. Some straps, like faux leather or it's like plastic or whatever, it just feels like it's ripping off the skin and you take it off and there's marks on it. Like it's one of my pet peeves. Like I enjoy some others like smartwatches, but when it comes to just overall use, it really hurts me, and it just breaks my heart, but that's for some watches I don't like using them for that exact reason. And so in terms of the battery life is going to be about 12 days. Now, of course, that's going to be depending on how you use it, what type of user you are. Are you someone that leaves it on max brightness as I do, or are you someone that's a lot more prudent? So 12 days, but it could definitely last longer depending on how the usage is. And I compare that sometimes to Apple because I used to have an Apple Watch SC2, right? And that one was about 18 hours. And I've often had to charge it, of course, but with watches like this, especially watches that I do enjoy using and are pretty good quality, 12 days is it's pretty ridiculous to me. And not only that, it's also IP69 water resistance, and which is the highest IP resistance. And those are two factors that are going to be decisive for if you're trying to get something that you know is going to be reliable, and something at the same time also that you know you can trust in whatever environment that you're gonna be in. Now, one of my other simple tests that I like to do for smartwatches is just to test to see if it's like a really good quality or just something that's even recommendable. It's just the little stuff that nobody notices. So one of the things is obviously how well does the touch screen work? You know, sometimes you'll have some other smartwatches where it's embarrassing and you like tap two, three times just for it to go through or for the command to work, which is a big tell that okay, you know, maybe some of their technology just isn't up to par yet, which is it's not like that with this watch. And also, the good thing I like about this watch is they also provided a screen protector. So getting the whole package, like it makes you feel as though you get your money's worth. And not only that, but also another simple test is how good is the race to wake, which might not sound like much to you guys, but think about all the time you have to raise your hand to look at the watch. And the worst thing, one of the embarrassing things, if you do that and it really doesn't even show anything. And race to wake, it's a good determinant of really like the technology that they put in the watch to be able to even detect when it is being raised. And with other smartwatches, I can tell it's really not like that, and I really like it. So, wow, if race to wake is very responsive, and just the little things that make the watch feel like easy to use, and just things that you not have to hassling for, and for me, it's really a one plus for that. Now, there's 170 different sports modes, but again, for me, the thing that really matters when it comes to smartwatches is customizability. Like, I want it to feel like it's mine, to be like it's mine. So, if all the other smartwatches have like sports mode, what other things can you offer me that will make me enjoy using the smartwatch? So you can also use this smartwatch with the app, and you can customize the watch faces. Which watch faces for me, like, is something I'm really into because like sometimes you want to customize it to the way that it's going to present your I don't know if you like art or whatever. You could put like Leonardo DiCaprio on there. I don't know, whatever you're into. And I really like the customizability features on there. You can put whatever picture you want. You can put, you know, they even have like some that are preset in there. And I really hate it when some watches just send you preset ones and you can't even change them. It's like, well, I don't feel like my watch. That feels like your watch at that point, right? But I really am enjoying the customizability features. And not only that, but you can also put always on display, which I really don't find when it comes to different brand smartwatches. So bottom line about the smartwatch is like it's really good quality. Like the quality is the number one thing that stood out to me from the get-go. It's a really great brand. And on top of that, like one of the things like I'm seeing with smartwatches, like it's a confusing market. You know, like these companies that will make like a pretty decent smartwatch and then they like charge like $500. And it's like, okay, if you're gonna charge $500, like I'm gonna have to compare it to a $500 watch. So I'm gonna have to compare it to like an Apple or Samsung, and then like at that point they don't even compete. They don't stand a chance. But with this watch, like the price is half that, so 200, depending if you're Canadian or American, but 200 some odd dollars, and you get all these on display, which some of these other brands that are charging like $500 don't even offer, and you get all these other features that all these other smartwatches also offer. So for me, it's a no-brainer. Like if someone were to ask me about this watch, not only because of the price, which like it's really affordable, and it doesn't seem like a cash grab, then I definitely recommend. Also beyond that, I would also just recommend it because like it's a really cool and enjoyable smartwatch. But let me know what you think. JEDIJA, I'm out.